Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
You darn tootin'.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Amanda. I might be packing a cone right now.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It'll make the episode more exciting.
It will make everything feel manageable. Isn't that
what
it?
I wouldn't give?
Isn't that all we strive for? Just survival and manageability. Smoke your weed, girl.
You should cope however you need to.
As long as you're not harming yourself or others, go off.
No judgment.
None. Anyway, hello. What do we got today?
We have a very special fan pick today. I actually had a really good time researching this topic, like way more than I thought.
I'm much more excited for your segment than mine. I have the fanfic case.
God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, our good friend Alex Moore has chosen the topic of marching band madness.
Were you obsessed with the movie Drumline? Because I
was. I was.
Oh, Nick Cannon. What happened to you?
Oh, wasn't it Cannon, wasn't it?
It was.
That was a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had some marching band flashbacks. Also, the distinct memory of stealing a Minnetonka High School marching band hat from the prop closet somewhere in the basement.
I was never gonna be in marching band. It was just not ever gonna be in the cards for me. But there was a fleeting moment where I was really attracted to color guard.
Yeah.
But I never followed through on that. ADHD. Let's go.
My friend Ange from college.
Did
Hi,
color guard?
Ange. She was in color guard.
Hell yeah.
And her parents were very religious. So she came to college like not having listened to NSYNC.
Oh, wow. Did you teach her everything she knows?
Like just... I mean, she wasn't the same by the end of freshman year.
No one ever is.
No one ever is. But yeah, she was in color guard. She could flip flags with the best of them.
Yes, as a flag hag, color guard seems like the best deal.
Hag?
Yes.
Oh, I'm kind of a flag hag, aren't I?
We've discussed this many times on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, marching band madness. And Alex also has a note here that says, I want to give a special shout out to the University of Georgia Redcoat Marching Band.
Hell yeah.
And the Iota Zeta chapter of Sigma Alpha Iota for a lifetime of memories and friendships.
Fuck yeah.
My life wouldn't be the same without these organizations. Once a dog, always a dog.
Amazing.
How sweet it is.
Oh, roll tide or whatever.
Roll Tide. Ole
Miss. Sports songs.
Yeah.
Here for it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, we'll kind of get to the sports, but in the meantime, Amanda, what's our wine crime pairing for marching band madness?
Okay, so my wine pairing today is very tons coded.
Okay, good.
I tried to find a marching band and or drumline themed wine. Not very common.
No,
if they
I wouldn't
exist
imagine.
at all. But I was looking for a name or a label that would fit. Mm-hmm. And instead I discovered Drumlin Ridge Winery. A small family-owned Wisconsin winery, and I laughed out loud at the absurdity and chose it as my pick because this
Drumlin.
is our show, and if I couldn't find Drumline, at least I found Drumlin.
You were almost there, and I'm counting this as a total win.
I'm 1 E away.
Yeah. What's
come
an
on.
E between friends?
Exactly. So like I said, this is a family-owned winery building on the Wisconsin winery tradition.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep, it's located on a natural scenic drumlin, which I guess a drumlin is a whole thing. Look up drumlin. A drumlin is a teardrop-shaped or oval hill formed beneath moving glaciers typically composed of compacted glacial till, gravel, and sand. So it's a little hill.
A little oval hill.
So the scenic Drumlin just off River Road in Westport/Waunakee, Wisconsin. And they do guided tours. You can see all of their winemaking equipment, their tanks, their barrels. They're all viewable on guided tours along with guided or self-guided vineyard tours. They offer casual wine tastings in a small family winery setting. And they actually have a lot of wines. I mean, it's very much what we would normally see in like a local Midwest, especially Minnesota, Wisconsin winery. A lot of like Marquette Reds, Frontenac wines, these like very cold climate, hardy on the sweeter side. They do have a very lovely looking Pinot Noir, but they have some really fun looking ones. One that I really wanted to try is their bubbly almond. And I feel like I've gotten a wine like this, maybe from like Trader Joe's.
Bubbly almond?
Yes. It's just like a cava, like a sparkling white wine, but then they use natural like almond flavor additives to give it a little bit of like a nutty flavor. And it's really fucking good. I haven't tried the Drumlin Ridge Winery one specifically, but I have had sparklings like that with like these nutty flavor additives, and they are very tasty.
Okay.
Yeah, really fun for cocktails. But they have a ton of stuff. Most of their bottles retail around $20, very accessible. It sounds like you can have it shipped. They have a whole list on their website, which is Drumlin, DRUMLIN, ridgewinery.com. If you go under our wines, they have a whole list of states that you can click and you'll know that you can get wine delivered to you. And then, yeah, they have a pretty big inventory. So you could definitely try them out. If you're from out of state, you can order their wine. Or if you live in the area, you should absolutely stop in and do a tasting so you can try a bunch of these side by side. They have some really, really fun like fruit blended wines. They have stuff with cranberry. They have stuff with orange. They have some apple, like they have dessert wines. They have white. They have red. They have sweet, dry, semi-sweet, kind of like everything that you would want to check out at a little local winery. They also have one that looks really good. That's like an infused wine. That's a mango habanero. It's done like they call it like their Edelweiss. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds really good. I want to try it. They also have some really fun ones that they've aged in different barrels. So there's one red that they did. Yeah, the Red Rock dry red blend aged in bourbon barrels. So I bet that's really, really tasty. But then, yeah, they still just have like a straight up Pinot Noir if you're just looking for something that you know. I think it looks really fun. They have a ton of stuff that I think would be really like symbiotic with the local temperature and the available fruits and
cheese.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of like creative, fun things with a very Midwestern spin.
I love that.
Check them out. Not Drumline, Drumlin Ridge Winery.com. Order some wine from them. Go pay them a visit. Let's support a local winery.
Yeah.
Even if it's in Wisconsin, we can still send some love to Wisconsin.
We got to include the Wisconsin wineries.
Yeah. So yeah, check them out. Thank you, Drumlin, for being close enough to Drumline to come up in my Google searches. God bless you.
Oh my God, amazing. Well,
let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsees, and then we will pop back in to get into your segment, which I'm very excited about.
It's going to be a good time.
Let's do it.
Y'all know we love Honey Love's bras, but I just got my mitts on their new sports bra. My Lord. I feel it holds me in. It makes me feel supported. It is absolutely like the perfect contouring to my bod. This puppy feels like a sports bra, but it's actually designed for all day wear. It's extremely comfortable. It's not that kind of like suffocating, like sucking my boobs straight to my chest, sort of like traditional sports bra like wear. So this is wireless support using their Cloud Fuse bonding. There's no poking, no digging, no pressure points. This gives you some shape while also just feeling like very, very covered, secured, and also like if you're going to be jumping up and down, you know, this is the comfort and the all day wear and like the basically the solution that you have been looking for. I got mine 3 days ago. I've been wearing it for 3 days.
It's
I'm
becoming
not
your
kidding.
everyday bra. Yeah.
I could actually sleep in it because I literally can't feel it. This is my everyday bra. It's incredible.
It's the best. They have so many amazing bras. I've been wearing the crossover bra for like a while now. They're also now offering a crossover triple bra bundle. So if you want a full refresh on your top drawer, you can get huge savings by buying 3 at once. And you can feel real good about it because Honey Love is an independent, female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them, including their founder, Betsy, a little cutie pie. And they also have so much more. They've got a full line of really comfortable tanks. They've got bodysuits. They've got underwear with supportive structure. They've got some shapewear. They've got bras. They have so many amazing products to check out. So definitely check them out and treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/gals. That's honeylove.com/gals. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent ya. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honey Love. So we know this, but it bears repeating that plastic does not just disappear. It breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces that stick around in your environment and get into things like, I don't know, your body. Y'all, it's not cool.
It's not great.
Mm-mm.
And that is why Blue Land is on a mission to make it easy for everyone to make sustainable choices. They've got dishwasher tablets. They are hard working. They've got laundry tablets, toilet tablets. Those are my personal favorites. Honestly, anything to save the planet.
Yeah.
Blue Land is a certified B Corp and Leaping Bunny cruelty-free certified. Their formulas are EPA Safer Choice certified, and many products have also earned Cradle to Cradle's Gold Material Health Certificate. Like, you don't have to choose between efficacy and saving the planet efficacy.
You do not.
These are serious. They smell so good. I'm obsessed with their toilet cleaning tablets. Like, you plop one in, you let it sit for a couple minutes, and you just like kind of give it a little wipe down. My God, it's like you put in way more work for very little actual action. And yeah, you can feel good about it while you're doing it.
Celebrate Earth Month and make the switch today. Get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/gals. If you're looking to make a small change in your routine, you can get 15% off your first order at blueland.com/gals. Try Blue Land for yourself and get 15% off your first order at blueland.com/gals.
I feel like there are a lot of misconceptions about electrolytes. Like, are they made up? I'm not really sure. And also, like, are they just made for athletes or just like super intense workouts? Turns out not at all. And Drip Drop has completely changed my misconception about electrolytes. It has become my go-to reset button for busy days, the brain fog, all too real. Travel, my God. Talk about dehydration city. Whatever it is, staying hydrated keeps me clear-headed and ready for whatever is next.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better, which is exactly what 2026 you needs. Think support for busy days, long workouts, and everything in between. Drip Drop uses science-based formulas for rapid hydration so you feel results fast while getting 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Drip Drop is trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Obviously, we are not any of those things, but they trust it because it's engineered to hydrate you faster and more effectively than water alone. And if they trust it, so do we. This is literally perfect if one of your New Year goals was to include better habits that actually stick. And also, my fave, Drip Drop also just dropped Zero Sugar Plus, which is a breakthrough formula with an advanced blend of 6 key electrolytes, 15 essential vitamins and nutrients, and no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It is the complete package that truly checks all the boxes and then some. And it honestly is just like delicious. All their products taste amazing. There's 16 original flavors and 8 of the Zero Sugar Plus options. I recommend get that Zero Sugar Plus multi-pack because there's so many good ones in there. These fit seamlessly into the routine. You can have them in the morning. You can have them pre-workout, post-workout, midday slump, like Lucy said, for that mind fog. You need a little pick-me-up. Drink your water. So make it super easy, and they're going to make it easy for you. Drip Drop has flexible subscription options, so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration, whether you're hitting the gym, juggling work, or just trying to stay consistent with your January reset.
Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code GALS for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS.
Y'all, having pets is messy. I've got 2 cats, and let me tell you, they're puking. They be puking. And cats love to find like the cutest, comfiest, coziest spot on the carpet to puke. And it becomes
the
a problem.
squishiest spot.
Yes. Like it becomes so hard to clean your area rugs, your carpets. I dealt with this when I had a dog. I'm still dealing with it being a cat owner. And I am telling you, like, if you've got kids or pets, you know that rugs basically become that like ground zero of every spill, every stain, and every disaster. And that is why we are obsessed with tumble rugs. God bless them.
I have felt my blood pressure lower significantly since I have introduced a tumble rug.
You've got 2 cats and a kid.
I got 2 cats and a toddler, and 2 ginger cats at that, I gotta say. So between like the barf, the spillage, the like blackberries being ground into my rug, just knowing that I can throw that thing in the washing machine has changed my life. Okay, so these rugs are machine washable. So like when you need a deeper clean, they're fully machine washable. Even the larger sizes, you just remove the rug from the pad, which it has a pad underneath, and you just throw that top layer in the washing machine. This is going to change your life. Also, not to mention, that top layer is itself spill proof. So
obsessed
like
with this.
It beads up on the top of the rug. So like if and when your child or your cat spills cran raspberry juice all over your rug, you just have to, it just like kind of beads up. You just kind of wipe it off. It's like magic. It has an integrated rug pad. Tumble is known for how easy it is to wash their rugs, but their rug pad system is actually genius. It's like this cushioned non-slip rug pad. It tucks into the hidden corner pockets of the underside of the actual rug. So everything stays securely in place. Nothing slides around. All tumble rugs are safe for kids, pets, anyone spending time on the floor. They're also really stylish. Took me a very long time to pick out which rug I actually wanted because they're so cute. And don't just take our word for it. Hundreds of thousands of homes have already switched to tumble rugs, and they have over 30,000 five-star reviews. So you don't just have to trust us, because head to their website. You're going to find something that you're going to absolutely covet.
Machine washable rugs made better. For a limited time only, our listeners get 10% off plus free shipping at tumbleliving.com/gals. That's TUMBLE living.com/gals. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. All right, Lucy, what do you have for us today for Marching Band Madness?
Oh my gosh. Well, if you didn't know, a marching band is a group of musicians who play while marching in some kind of formation.
God bless.
It's a type of spirit program, along with cheerleading, drumline, drill teams, etc., serving as ambassadors for their school and community while teaching discipline, etc. Its participants, the instrumental musicians, provide entertainment and music through brass, woodwind, and percussion instruments. In addition to music, their formation on the field can spell out letters, logos, and animated pictures to create a moving image. Those are my favorite.
Yep.
In addition to traditional military parades, marching bands are frequently seen at events as varied as carnivals, parades, sporting events, trade union events, and marching band competitions.
Yes.
This description was just so rigid in the way that like only EB can be.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. It's like very
Very clinical.
Clinical, yeah. A marching band is typically led by one or more drum majors, drum majoras,
Labia drum majoras.
also called field commanders. Fun fact about drum majors, and speaking of majoras, that big tall hat that some drum majors wear,
Yeah.
it is derisively called a Q-tip hat.
Oh. Interesting. On the nose.
And not all on the head.
Well, yeah. Oh my God.
And on the note of like headwear, not like some of the uniforms will call for a hat, but some like instruments don't allow for one to wear a hat.
Sure.
So the uniforms are dependent on, the technicalities.
That makes total sense.
I know. I just thought that was funny. Okay, so the drum major, also called field commanders, who are usually responsible for conducting the band, or sometimes using a large baton, or sometimes just like a whistle, or just a pumped fist in the air.
Hell yeah.
To keep time. They're the leader of the bands. Commands such as vocal orders, clapping, or, as I said, a whistle might be used to issue commands as well. In parades, I went down so many rabbit holes. That's why it took me so long to finish my notes.
Yeah.
In parades, the musicians in a marching band are typically sorted into ranks and files.
Yep.
So they know who is standing in what order because, the instruments matter. Again, back to the technicalities, the logistics of like the size of a tuba.
Distribution of sound as well as distribution of space.
Yeah. They maintain a roughly 22.5-inch stride.
Wow.
Which covers about 5 yards in 8 steps.
Damn. That's a long stride.
Well, not really, because a step size of 30 inches, a 30-inch stride, is called a 6-5. Both of these types of strides have nicknames, and they can kind of like pop into them as they need to.
Okay.
So a 6-5 is because 5 yards are covered in 6 steps. So it's important to them to know how many steps equals 5 yards, because yard lines on an American football field are 5 yards apart. So they need to know exact either 8 to 5 steps or 6 to 5 steps, because they're the most useful for American football field performances.
I guess that just seems long to me because my legs
short
are
little leggings.
stubs. Yeah.
They're just suggestions of legs.
Yeah. Big time. The whisper of a leg.
22.5. You could do that. That's only like that.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We'll test it out next time we're together. We'll practice our drumline strides.
Perfect.
For the big day.
Yes. Yes. I actually do know. I know exactly what big day you're talking about.
I don't know what big day I'm talking about. Oh, I do know what big day I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We're going to be in a parade.
Which will have, I think, already happened by the time this comes out, right?
Hold on. Let me check the calendar. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes,
oh,
they both.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
They both went to Buffalo for Dingus Day and walked in the Dingus Day parade together.
With dogs. That will have happened 3 days ago as this episode airs.
Incredible. So yeah, we're still high from it, I'm sure.
Now we're just high.
That too.
Okay, this is from the Save the Music Foundation. It should come as no surprise that marching bands have military origins. Marching bands were used to direct troops on long journeys, maintain morale, and even direct troops on the battlefield. I'm going to come back to this because I love it. Military traditions continue to form part of the modern marching band. Many of the uniforms have echoes of the military, like flags, batons, sometimes even bayonets or rifles. And specifically in American marching bands, they are kind of like relics or imagery from the Revolutionary War.
Sure.
Marching bands may have ranks, as I said, and even many popular songs that we still play today in marching bands date back centuries.
Damn.
because a lot of the military marching bands will play like classical, maybe not classical, but classic military marches. So I went down a bit of a detour. Oh, I have a musical component that I have set up for us.
Okay.
A little bit of a detour looking at different instruments that have been used on the battlefield through humans' history. Because when it first said like they were using, well, instruments or music or, you know, it dates back so far to give commands to soldiers who are maybe really far away.
Right.
I had the image of Bill the sheepdog in Ireland. And his handler, how they could be on two completely separate hills, like a mile away, and he just has the whistle, and the dog knows exactly what to do. So it's kind of like that. I mean, it's a pretty basic concept, but so one of the instruments that we have used on the battlefield is called the carnix. And this is a wind instrument that was common in Celtic cultures during the Iron Age between 200 BC and 200 AD.
Cool.
So it's a trumpet. I have photos on the drive, which will be on the blog. It's kind of S-shaped. It's really tall, and it's held up vertically. So you blow into the bottom of it, and then the top, or like the horn blast part, is like typically shaped like a animal head.
Oh, weird. Cool.
Or like a dragon head, and it's meant to like intimidate. They used it in warfare to like incite the troops to battle and to intimidate the opponents.
Yeah.
So I want to play for you what this sounds like, because
oh my God, I imagine like Lord of the Rings.
We're in the year 0.
Yeah.
We're in the mountains of somewhere northern Europe. And you know something's just over the hill, and this is what you hear. Isn't that scary?
It's much more melodic and beautiful than I was anticipating.
It's beautiful, but also, again, year 0.
It's eerie.
You don't know what jazz is. That's scary as fuck.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, the range.
Some jazz still is scary as fuck.
Yeah, and that particular instrument that he was playing, in the part where the sound comes out, it had a tongue that moved as the air passed over it. So I was like,
ew, it flapped.
Yeah.
Ew. No, that's terrifying.
And they're super tall. So the instrument's significant height allowed it to be heard over the heads of the participants in battles or ceremonies.
Wow, that's wild.
Oh my God, it's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jumping ahead a little bit, Ottoman military bands, also known as the Meter. It's Mehter. I'm going to go with Meter.
Or Mater.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They were the first recorded military marching band, first mentioned in the 13th century.
Damn.
They are sometimes known in Western Europe as Janissary bands, since they were mostly comprised of Janissaries, and those were members of an elite infantry unit. And then when I Googled Janissaries, it mentioned something about how they were the first in history to use firearms.
Oh, wow.
I think they were just highly organized elite military. So they'd made a band. They formed a band. The sound associated with the Materan, this type of band, also exercised an influence on European classical music with composers such as Joseph Haydn, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and Ludwig van Beethoven.
That makes so much sense because, you know, the composition of music is a form of like storytelling and evocation of emotion, etc. And so if you are inspired by the sounds of what your world is experiencing at that time, and those sounds include war, I'm sure like this was an influence, and like even just like the sounds of combat and firearms were influences for like big drum portions of composition. Like it's all super intentional to evoke really specific imagery. I think it's very fucking cool to learn about shit like this.
Yeah. And I think as these Ottoman military bands sort of evolved, they took place more in like ceremonies and rituals and less because I did watch I watched a video of a modern metal band playing, and it was really melodic. It was very like marchy, rhythmic, repetitive. Yeah, it was very lively.
Yeah.
And they had all their costume and their garb on and their cool hats. It was really neat.
Interesting.
And to your point, the Ottomans conquered vast swaths of territory in northern Africa, the Middle East, and southern Europe, I should say. What are we? West Asia?
Yeah.
Instead of Middle East?
Sawa?
I forgot what we're calling it now.
Hold on. What is the new terminology for the Middle East? Swana, Southwest Asian and North Africa. Southwest Asia and North Africa.
But we're just saying
Wana is, and Wana is just West Asia and North Africa.
All right. Well,
so Swana, like swan song.
Swana.
Like I swanna stop centering Europe as the center of the world.
Yeah.
And I swanna stop saying Middle East.
I swanna get my mitts on some shawarma.
I'm so hungry. Continue.
Which I have some lemon chicken in my fridge. Ooh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
I might get a snack during our next break.
Yeah, there's definitely Chipotle in the fridge upstairs for me.
Yum!
Thank you to us finally using the gift card we got from Bill's parents for Valentine's Day.
I love that it was a Chipotle gift card.
Yeah.
Yum. It's not like you're not going to use it.
No, they were like, I know you travel a lot, so you could use this basically anywhere.
Do you know that Starbucks makes like, oh my God, what is it? It's like hundreds of millions of dollars every year in gift cards that people never redeem.
Yep.
Have I already told you this?
No,
Maybe.
But this is like if you work in restaurants or retail that does gift card sales, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That is not a surprising figure.
I have a whole bin up here of gift cards. Look, I got
Most
two
people
right
do.
here. Got two right there. A whole bin. I got to go through that. You forget about it.
You do.
Anyway, and they conquered Southern Europe.
Also, so many businesses will do huge gift card sales pushes around the holidays because it's just fast, easy income, and
you'll probably never have to pay it out.
Yeah, you probably won't have to ever redeem the product for anyone. It's kind of genius.
Oh, damn. I got to go through all my gift cards.
I don't
taxes.
Do we offer gift cards for our online store or anything? I don't think we do. Maybe we should.
Well, yeah, if it's that much of a cash grab.
We're all trying to eat out here, people.
This whole time?
We're all trying to eat out here. You're seeing the effects of capitalism unfolding on us in real time. Hold on, wait, you can scam people, basically.
Wait, free money?
Hold on.
What will I not do is the better question.
There's a lot we won't do. We've made some of those things quite clear.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that.
No.
Okay, so they conquered all these places and brought their marching band tradition with them. And therefore there were a bunch of and I don't know how many structured musician guilds there were in these areas before this.
Sure.
But in the 17th century, traveler Evliya Celebi noted the existence of 40 different guilds of musicians in Istanbul alone.
Damn.
Which was noted that was really impressive. So I'm just going to go with that being impressive at the time. So, but organized musical bands.
Yeah, that is very impressive.
For a function, like a ritualistic function. Okay, fun fact. And as you pointed out when we were talking about the formation of marching bands and how the sound is affected, usually the instruments are kind of together, all of the big tubas are in one area and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to your point, they have to be organized in a very specific way. And each musician in a marching band creates sound waves, obviously. And the waves from each musician traveling at the speed of sound reach other musicians, field conductors, and their audience, listeners, at slightly different times. So if the physical distance between the musicians is long enough, large enough, listeners may perceive these waves to be out of sync.
Whoa.
So typically in this case, listeners perceive that one section of the band is playing their part slightly after another section.
Huh.
And this delay effect is informally referred to as ensemble tear.
Huh.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's long enough, I mean, like, you think the speed of sound is like super duper fast, and
Right.
it is, but also like if you see, for example, a car crash from a long ways away, there's
Yep.
a delay.
Yep.
You're not light years.
No. Not even close.
Yeah. So even if there was a band, like a really big marching band that stretched like a city block.
Yeah, it will still take time for that sound to reach you.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
And
And
there's
just
no-
like the engineering of accounting for all of this before we really had like the concept of how noise travels
Yeah.
in the context that we have now,
Uh-huh.
thanks to scientific study. Yeah, it's just amazing to me.
Just imagine what we're going to discover next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as I mentioned, foretold, I am fascinated with the actual function of traditional military marching bands, like
Sure.
what they were used for.
Right.
So this is from Wikipedia. In the 18th century, each regiment in the British Army maintained its own military band.
Okay.
So there were quite a few military bands because each fucking
Yeah.
group had their own.
Its own thing.
Until 1749, bandsmen were civilians hired at the expense of the colonel commanding a regiment. And also, like, the civilians hired were frequently boys who were too young to actually serve. Well, they were
young to
serving. They were too young to fight. Subsequently, these musicians became regular enlisted men who accompanied the unit on active service to provide morale-enhancing music on the battlefield, or from the late 19th century on, to act as stretcher bearers. Yikes. Instruments during the 18th century included fifes, these little tootie flutes. They're very high-pitched wind instruments, and they were playing those specifically because those high tones are audible at a great distance, sort of like Bill's whistle.
Yeah. So it's dog bill, not human bill, but we also have whistles. But it's
The
like
sheepdog.
so conveniently captures two essential things. One, it's small and fairly lightweight, and that makes it easy to carry for long stretches on the battlefield. And two, because it's small and lightweight, it's high pitched, which allows that sound to travel farther on the battlefield. That's like crazy how that shit works out.
Yep. And then another thing is, like, it's easy to hear from a long distance, but it's also really easy to pick up over, like, the din of the battlefield.
Of like lower, bassier tones that are coming out of a fight.
Yeah, but more like mid-range tones, really like metal clashing and things like that,
Yeah, I
because
guess.
they also had these really big rope tension drums. And back in the 18th century, they were really, really big drums. So they weren't super easy to carry. And I'm only mentioning this because of another super fucking fun fact I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Another instrument that they used was the oboe, the French horn, the clarinet, and the bassoon.
We know them.
Did you play the clarinet? Which one did you play?
No, I never played a wind instrument. I was in orchestra. I played cello
Oh, cello. Okay.
and had to lug it on the bus. I wanted to play double bass, but I was too short, and the orchestra teacher wouldn't let me. So I picked the cello.
Second time this episode we've talked about how short and stubby your legs are.
I know. See, it's not just me thinking this about myself. It was proven by my fourth grade orchestra teacher.
It's been proven time and time and time and time again.
Yeah, the inadequacy of my leg length has been beaten into me since childhood. I know I can't do a marching band stride.
Remember when we went to San Francisco and you were like, no one tells you how hilly it is
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Nobody mentions this. What is this weird
The
unspoken
main
secret?
feature of San Francisco.
Nobody talks about it.
Nobody's talking about
I've
it.
been lied to my whole life.
Not being covered in the mainstream media? Okay, so the drummers were the ones who summoned men from their farms and ranches to muster for duty.
Oh, okay. join the fight.
Yeah, but also those big drums, like what I was saying, those are really, really low. That's almost like you can almost physically feel it.
Yeah, feel it. Mm-hmm.
So again, with the chaos of warfare. In the chaotic environment of the battlefield, musical instruments were the only means of commanding the men to advance, to stand, or to retire.
Wow.
In the mid-19th century, each smaller unit had their own fifer and drummer, specifically those two who sounded the daily routine. So fife and drum corps usually consisted of just a handful of musicians, and like I said, oftentimes teenagers, and provided not only battlefield communication, but music for drills and for when soldiers were on the march. Because they had to fucking walk to where they were going.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, it's like they had to have this musical repertoire that included intimidation of the opposition, command of their troops, and rallying morale and bringing more, comrades into the fight.
Yeah.
What a playlist.
I would want to know, like, were the fifers and the drummers like protected under like war crime rules?
I was just thinking that.
Wouldn't that be a really easy way to take out their communication?
Right? I feel like there had to have been some kind of agreement that, of course, people will just ignore and then quote unquote oopsies happen. Oh no, an entire girls' school in Iran, that wasn't on purpose or intentional.
Yeah. Well, that was a miscalculation,
right. So I wonder.
We're just people. I was thinking, we're fallible people.
I was crashing out yesterday with Robbie before we recorded Passages about how, like, we knew that the fall of, like, American quote unquote elitism and, like, empire
hegemony was
bound to happen. And I'm happy to see it, but I just didn't anticipate it being so cringe. Like, we're in an AI meme war with Iran right now.
And they're winning.
And they're obviously they're fucking winning because we're pathetic. America is pathetic.
Oh my God.
But I was like, people globally are fucking dying and being genocided and being murdered as a direct result and because of our American empire every day. And that's fucking devastating and horrific. And also we're in a cringe meme war with like Lego themes.
Yeah, it's salt in the wound. I mean, it's not like it's I don't know.
So all that
it's bad anyway, but it's just like, really, you're kicking us while everyone's down. If we're
gonna war, I do sometimes yearn for this era of war where, like, yes, there was devastation and destruction, but it wasn't like so disconnected and impersonal and advanced
and being carried out by cowards in a closed room somewhere.
Right. Where it's like, we are so disconnected from the reality of war, which is intentional, so they can manufacture our consent and manipulate narratives and make it seem like it's not that bad while we're in our own little comfortable, happy homes. But like this, like the fucking AI Lego meme war
I cannot.
In the background of like World War III is some of the most dystopian,
it's so
yet
embarrassing,
cringe, embarrassing shit I've ever fucking seen.
You know what I will say though? There's going to be some incredible creative artwork that comes out of this time.
God, I hope so.
Assuming the human race survives and there's still space and resources for leisure activity like art.
I'm going to exit the frame and light this joint again.
We're all fine.
Wow, it's been a minute since I got so grossed out. I had to like stop and hit J.
Yeah.
Mid.
Well, we're back.
We're fine. Everything's fine. You saw nothing.
No one did.
Continue. I'm sorry I deviated us into this dark, dark place.
That's okay. We needed a hard left turn.
I yearn for the mines.
Okay, so by the time of the American Civil War, fife and drum corps added the bugle as an additional melodic instrument.
Wasn't there like a key character in the movie The Patriot that we were like obsessed with?
Mel Gibson?
Because, well, yeah, fuck Mel Gibson, but like Heath Ledger. But didn't he have like was it his brother or somebody?
Heath Ledger's younger brother was the little bugle boy, I think.
Yes. Oh, God.
That was a great movie before we learned about Mel Gibson.
I mean, who knows? I mean, we haven't watched it through a 2026 lens. We loved it back in the day.
Yeah, what was that other movie that I told you to watch and you were like, nah, this isn't it? What was that? Recently? I was like, it holds up.
I don't remember. I believe you, and I don't remember what movie it was. Wait, this feels familiar, though.
Yeah, you and Bill watched it, and you were like, no. Oh, it was, Gladiator.
Oh, yes, Gladiator, which you were really intent.
I liked it.
Oh, my God. I was so
in
confused.
1999.
Halfway through, I was like, this bitch has to be trolling me right now. It's like, what is going on? This movie sucks.
You didn't like the CGI tiger?
This movie is proof that the male loneliness epidemic is self-created and only second most cringe and probably highest most contributor to the Lego meme war with Iran.
Well, they were both movies, I'm pretty sure directed by men, starring men, who turned out to be terrible.
Yeah.
And it was just a reimagining of history.
The 90s, baby.
Revolving around white men.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Do we need to take another break?
Nope, I'm okay.
I can't keep spiraling.
I'm okay. The Patriot really sobered me up.
Okay, so we added the bugles. In addition, remember I mentioned the big drums?
Mm-hmm.
They were hard to carry, and they were also really big and took more energy to play.
Mm-hmm.
So by this time, by the Civil War, the rope tension drums were smaller, making them easier to march with at faster tempos. So the average tempo increased to a range between 92 and 110 BPM.
Wow. Speed it up, kids. We got a smaller drum.
Yeah. Well, they could get places faster, I guess.
Yeah.
In theory. Once marching bands became outdated in a military setting, these bands were seen in sports and popular entertainment venues. There was a guy named John Philip Sousa. Ever heard of him?
Actually, I think
It's familiar, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you who he is. So he joined the U.S. Marine Band in 1868 at the age of 13. Because it's 1868 and you can do whatever the fuck you want at 13.
Yep.
To play the violin as an apprentice. And his rank was officially listed as boy.
Okay. Best boy.
Violin boy. He ended up years later as the head of the U.S. Marine Band, taking the band across the country, basically like doing a lot in terms of PR for the U.S. Marine military band. They would play traditional marching band songs to audiences during their annual fall tour. So he became known as the American March King because he couldn't just be the March King because there was also a March King in the UK.
Sure.
Kind of did the same thing. A counterpart. So he's considered to be the archetype of the modern marching band. And I have some fun facts about our friend John Philip Sousa, JP.
Okay.
He invented the sousaphone.
Oh,
Go figure.
Sousaphone.
Sousa. I got a picture of a sousaphone on the drive.
Like a Dr. Seuss invention.
I didn't know that it wasn't until I did my notes. I guess I never thought about it that hard.
Sousaphone does kind of slap. It looks rad.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a compact tuba.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like her.
JP was also a Freemason. He wrote over 130 marches, 15 operettas, 5 overtures, 11 suites, 24 dances, 28 fantasies, and countless arrangements of 19th century Western European symphonic works.
Jeez, obsessed much?
He was busy, and he was an excellent trap shooter.
Oh.
I don't know when this man slept.
Where the hell did you find the time, sir?
He was like a highly awarded trap shooter, in addition to being like
the king of American marching.
One of the most important musicians of the world.
History, yeah. Wow, damn.
He hated what he called canned music.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if he were alive today?
Oh my God. He hated recordings of music. Mm-hmm. He was very distrustful. He didn't like it. He thought it was just cheap. It was nasty. So he argued before a congressional hearing in 1906, quote, "These talking machines are going to ruin the artistic development of music in this country."
He's got it.
When I was a boy, in front of every house in the summer evenings, you would find young people together singing the songs of the day or old songs. Today, you hear these infernal machines going night and day. We will not have a vocal cord left. The vocal cord will be eliminated by a process of evolution, as was the tail of man when he came from the ape.
Ooh.
I would like to point out that apes don't have tails, but I get what he's saying.
Do want to clock this one detail.
The days of your youth sound amazing, but just one note. You had me going. I was fully on board. Mm-hmm. Right at the end. So anyway, he didn't like canned music. He died in 1932, and in 1981, the John Philip Sousa Foundation was created. This nonprofit organization recognizes one superior student in marching band for, quote, musicianship, dependability, loyalty, and cooperation.
So that's your Oscars. Like, you want to win the Sousa.
You want to win the Sousa's the big guns, the big dogs.
Damn.
It also provides different other awards and scholarships for like other honors related to marching band and
very
music.
Cool. Good.
Yeah. So there are different types of marching bands, and we've talked a lot about military marching bands in particular. These are arguably the most traditional version of the marching band because these bands bring in, like we were saying, the aspects of the military. So the straight ranks, the sharp military uniforms, and the fact that they are, in fact, marching. Their musical repertoires will typically play patriotic, like nationalistic, stars and stripes kind of stuff. These bands may even incorporate historical instruments, again, to replicate the Revolutionary War, like the rifles and the whatever. These kinds of bands, not so fashionable these days.
Yeah.
Particularly in East Texas, they are, I guess.
I can't imagine why that would be.
They like to cling to tradition over there, down there. Okay, so that's the military band. Then we have the drum and bugle corps. These are well known for their unique, rich sounds as they only contain brass, percussion, and color guard sections.
Hell yeah.
The repertoires of these bands vary widely, with some bands specializing in classical, jazz, or even like scores from popular movies. If you care to find me, look to the Western Sky.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's less about the background music than the vocals, I think.
Well, that's subjective, you know.
Never seen it. Don't want to.
Oh, wow.
The memes and the funny videos about Ariana Grande and Elphaba were so fucking funny. I don't need to see it.
Yeah, that's fine. I loved it.
Oh, good.
Loved it.
Speaking of things that you love and I don't love, or at least you used to love.
Okay.
Why was I watching The Pit earlier and I saw an ad for a new HBO series of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
Oh yeah, they're
doing it again?
Yes, as a TV show. And no, we're not fucking watching it because J.K. Rowling is a turf bitch. So
the movies just came out.
Right? I know.
Why are we doing this?
It's just for money. It's just for more money, and no one will just let this bitch die out of the zeitgeist.
I guess.
I know. No.
I
haven't even watched the trailer.
Hallucinating?
Skipped right over it.
Ugh.
Not interested.
It's the exact same thing. It's the same fucking thing. I'm over it. So the college marching band, which is my favorite kind of marching band, they're like the football game, pep rally, like hype music, really, really animated type. So this is again from Save the Music. Quote, "These marching bands focus less on the music alone and more on crowd entertainment," which they do a good job of.
Yeah.
These bands are the most likely to form school logos and animated images as part of their shows.
Mm-hmm.
College marching bands are at the center of campus culture and a vital component of all football halftime performances at historically Black colleges and universities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So HBCU bands blend traditional marching band styles with Black art forms, including R&B, gospel, hip-hop, and jazz, along with horn-swinging, high-stepping showmanship.
It's fucking
God,
amazing.
I want to watch Drumline.
I know.
The drumline serves as the heartbeat of the marching band, always giving students and outside fans a show they'll never forget. Scripted storytelling is a massive part of what makes this type of marching band distinct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
all juiced up.
It's a Broadway fucking show all crammed into one 12-minute performance. It's unbelievable what they do.
It makes me I have goosebumps. It makes me wonder how fucking fun are their practices?
Oh man.
Or do they practice and just get super good and disciplined, and then at the the games or the performances, that's when they can
really let loose. I would imagine it's a combination of both, because the diligence and the discipline that it would take to learn all of those steps, and they're so synchronized.
Yeah.
The training for that does not sound fun. It sounds really intense.
It's a lot of hard work, yeah.
So I imagine it's got to be such an amazing release to get all of that muscle memory just drilled in so that you can infuse so much emotion on the big day.
Uh-huh.
Because the steps are just natural now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it'd be cool to see practice videos versus big performance day videos and see what the differences are. I love this. This could be a new rabbit hole for old Mandy.
So there is a drill team and drum corps nonprofit here in Des Moines. They're called the Icicerettes.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing. You see them periodically, in the summer at different activities,
parades and events. And
a couple years ago, they were practicing in the church parking lot across the street from my house.
Look,
I know, it was so fun.
There's a drum team that practices at the church down the street from us, and it's every couple nights at 6 p.m. we start to hear it, and we're it's drum time. It's drumline time.
I love it.
It's so cool.
So the Icicerettes, because I Googled them too, because I was I want to know more about them. It's all young people, 18 and younger in the Des Moines area. The dancer, so there's the drill team, and they start as young as 7. Some of their dancers are 7-year-olds, and they're so fucking good. And then the actual drummers start at I think 13. But they marched in the 2009 Obama inauguration parade, the inauguration, the big one.
Nice.
Yeah. So they're called the Icicerettes. You can find them on Facebook, and apparently you can hire them for your event if you want to.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That'd be so romantic.
Yeah.
Or epic for a kid's birthday party.
Oh my God.
A proposal.
Oh my God.
I know.
I get divorced so I can schedule the Icicerettes for a re-proposal.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe they will announce the divorce.
Oh, you could hire them for both.
Maybe there are 2.
Let's go.
I could hire the drill team for one and the drum line for the other.
I love it.
I'm starting more divorce rumors.
Your top Google hit.
I did really is.
Lucy Wine and Crime divorced.
I can't divorce him now.
It's so funny. I love it so much.
The restaurant's about to turn a profit. I can't leave now.
Do not abandon ship now. You have put in...
I've given so much.
Yeah, you've given a lot.
And then the last category is party bands. These are just fun and loose and free of many of the formalities of more traditional marching bands. Mm-hmm. So I guess that would be oh my God, what was it? I think it's called, there's another band in town. I wouldn't call them a marching band, but they're a band of teachers from the different public schools. And they're called Teachers Lounge. But they'd get together once a week and just practice their various instruments.
They
and
jam.
Do covers. Yeah, they jam.
They get together and
jam. Isn't that so cute?
The Teachers Lounge. That is so dorky. I love that.
I know, but they're really good.
I love that.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's just a dad band
Yeah.
Of Friends. I love it. That's so
And imagine
cute.
seeing like your high school algebra teacher just like
At the teacher's lounge.
slapping the bass at some block party.
Book reports due Monday, and also the teacher's lounge has a gig this weekend at the Depot. It's all ages. It starts at 6.
Tell your folks.
You can get home before curfew. All right, everybody, have a safe weekend.
And if you see me drinking a beer, don't
No,
tell
you
the principal.
didn't.
No, you didn't. Do as I say, not as I do. Why did we just become an algebra teacher?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Fun fact, it wasn't until 1974 that the Drum Corps International, DCI, basically...
We'll get to the DCI.
Really?
Yup.
Okay. It's basically big marching band.
Mm-hmm.
So not till 1974 that they allowed the use of one marching xylophone and one set of marching bells.
Wow. Okay,
And then
guys.
4 years later, they expanded. They loosened up even more to also allow one marching marimba and one marching vibraphone.
Okay. Don't get too crazy. These far left radicals just letting any marching marimba and vibraphone in here.
These blue hairs, they don't know the value of $1.
God.
In the United States, modern marching bands are often associated with American football games, with the oldest being the University of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is how they do it for the college, though.
I know. It's just
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame of the Fighting Irish.
Yikes.
First performing at an American football game in 1887.
No.
Yikes.
No.
After World War I, all these young vets are coming home and accepting music teaching positions at American public schools and creating like foundational marching bands for public high schools.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So that's kind of how it's spread.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you think marching band is just for the nerds,
Oh my God.
who didn't make the football team,
You
it
need
is
to be
no
an incredibly talented
joke.
musician and have like elite athleticism to fucking do it. So nothing to scoff at.
In his presentation to the American College of Sports Medicine's annual meeting in 2009, researcher and exercise physiologist Gary Granata presented research after studying members of the Avon High School Marching Black and Gold. So this is a high school. Noting, quote, at the top levels of marching band and drum corps, you get a level of competition and athleticism that is equal to a Division I athletic program.
Period. Like
Further pointing out,
for fucking real.
performers are constantly moving and often running at velocities that reach 180 steps or more per minute while playing instruments that weigh up to 40 pounds.
Yup. These fuckers are heavy and they're
Yeah.
swinging them around. Your core strength, your upper
Also, like your breath work. You're
breath work?
exercising and playing an instrument
Yeah.
that might involve blowing into it.
while keeping little tippy tappy fingertip footsteps
Well, jazz feet,
to stay in formation. It's crazy.
agility. Performers' metabolic rates matched those of marathon runners halfway through a marathon, while the heart rate was more along the lines of someone who was running a 400 or 800 meter dash.
So like sprinting.
yeah. And playing a tuba or a
Yeah.
sousaphone.
Yeah, anyone scoffing at marching band could fucking never. There's
Get a
no way. If you are scoffing at marching band or saying it's just for the nerds, then you're jealous and you could never.
You could never.
I love
So
it. Well done.
that's my segment. It was just kind of a delightful topic. And I think I cried the last fucking episode. So let's just.
no, this was great. You covered great stuff. I loved every second of it.
Great.
All right,
Well-
let's take another quick break to hear a word from our sponsors and then dive into the fan pick case.
Goody.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are delicious, low sugar, brain and body fuel that you need to win your day.
The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. By the way, don't sleep on the IQ Joe sticks.
I know,
They're
it's so
good.
Big fan.
This is a mushroom coffee designed for mental clarity, and it's packed with 200 milligrams of natural caffeine. Plus, it comes in 4 different flavors, which will totally transform your morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their busy lifestyles with IQ bars, brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3.
Yeah, and if you travel a lot like Lucy and I do, like my carry-on go-tos are like an IQ hydration mix and an IQ Joe. Let me tell you, because when you can just fill your water bottle and then make it like taste delicious and actually serve you, you're actually traveling in style. So we're going to make it really easy for you to get your hands on some IQ Bar products, because right now IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text GALS to 64,000. Text GALS to 64,000. That's GALS to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
If a genie gave me 3 wishes, I would use all 3 to wish for my cat to live forever.
Hands
down. Both of them. I need them. But since genies don't exist as far as I know, I'm gonna feed my cat Smalls in the meantime.
Oh man, and they love you for it. Smalls is fresh, human-grade cat food that does so much more than just feed your cat. It also helps them live a full, healthy life. Most cat food out there is made with meat byproducts, cheap fillers, and artificial ingredients, basically stuff that isn't great for your cat. Big Pet Food does this because it's way cheaper to make, but what they save on cost, your cat can tend to pay for with their health. And then you pay for as the pet owner, not only with, the bills, but like cleaning up the cat puke. And yeah, a cat with an upset tummy can really wreak havoc on your house. Trust us, we know. That's why Smalls is so great, because Smalls is different. Their fresh recipes are made with at least 80% animal protein, and they're gently cooked to retain all their nutrients and flavor. They never add fillers or artificial ingredients, and their food is so healthy that 88% of cat parents say that after feeding their cat Smalls, their kitties have better digestion. We have seen less puke in our house. I know Lucy has too. They have a softer and shinier coat. Beans literally feels like a plush toy. It's like madness. They have more energy to play, and honestly, that's because the food you're feeding them is good for cats.
Your cat's health and longevity starts with what they eat. Try Smalls and get 60% off your cat's first order, plus free shipping and free treats for life when you go to smalls.com/gals. One last time, that's 60% off your first order plus free shipping and free treats for life when you head to smalls.com/gals. We can all agree that housing is expensive. Rent, mortgage, it does not matter which one you're paying. It stings every month. It's a big expense, if not your biggest. But Built can make it feel just a little bit better. And let us explain.
Built started out rewarding members on their rent, and now, as of 2026, Built members can also earn points on mortgage payments wherever they live. Every housing payment earns you points that you can use toward flights with top travel partners like United and Hyatt, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, and so much more. Personally, I'm saving my points for flights. We have a lot of travel coming up, and I'm gonna use those points. Why wouldn't you? You're leaving money on the table if you don't. But here's what I think is the most underrated part. Built members also get access to neighborhood concierge. So that can mean like making restaurant reservations, booking fitness classes, finding new local spots, all while being rewarded at more than 45,000 merchant partners. I went to my pharmacy the other day and I noticed that they had the little like, we're a Built partner sticker on the door, and I was so stoked about it. It's like having a personal assistant baked into anywhere you live. So it's simple. Being a renter and now owning a home is better with Built.
Join the membership for where you live at joinbuilt.com/gals. That's joinbilt.com/gals. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent ya.
Know someone in your life celebrating a birthday? They deserve to feel truly celebrated. That's what 1-800-Flowers has helped people do for 50 years, turning everyday gestures into meaningful moments of connection. And this April, during their 50th birthday celebration event, when you buy one bouquet, get a second bouquet 50% off. Celebrate more birthdays with our 50th birthday event all April long at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. Buy one bouquet, get a second bouquet 50% off at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Okay, so like I said, I have the fan pick today, which covers one of the most storied names in the world of performing arts. That is the Cadets.
John Philip Sousa. Oh.
No. The Cadets Drum and Bugle Corps. For decades, they were the standard bearers of excellence. But their legacy was shat on pretty hard by, you guessed it, a fucking man.
John Philip Sousa. Oh.
No, there's no more mention of John Philip Sousa for the rest of...
From you.
From me. Yeah. So the answer will never be that to the quiz. So to understand the impact of this fall, we have to understand like the height from which this band fell.
Okay.
The Cadets were founded in 1934 in Garfield, New Jersey, and they were originally their full biblical birth name was the Holy Name Cadets, and they just reduced it down to the Cadets in the modern age.
That was a smart marketing decision.
Mm-hmm. The Chicks, if you will.
The Chicks.
They had a little
just
brand
lop that
change.
right off.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna kick that little part over here.
What was the other one? Lady Antebellum?
Yes. That's
Did
how
they
Lady
change
A.
it? Oh, Lady A.
What does the A stand for, Lady A? Tell us. What does it stand for? It's a quarter after 1. I'm a little drunk, and I need you to answer the fucking question now. Okay? Because...
What's the A for now?
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, just walk away from the Lady A. It was a terrible
Give
name
it up.
anyway.
Yeah, it sucked to begin with. And now it's
Rebrand.
just worse.
All right, anyway.
Anyway,
Chicks, the Cadets. The Chicks.
They were the oldest, longest running, continuously active junior corps in North America for nearly a century.
Whoa. Okay.
And their name was synonymous with excellence and achievement. Their competitive record is almost unmatched.
Is this a high school?
No, it's like a college, but it's mostly youth, but it's like college level. But
okay,
this is
but it's not associated with a particular school.
I think at the time it was associated with a school in Garfield, New Jersey, maybe like a Catholic or like military something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's just where it was founded. I didn't go deeper on that because there's plenty else to cover.
Okay.
So they were founding members of what you mentioned before, Drum Corps International, DCI. So like the DCI was born of original, not like necessarily original, but like old school members of the Holy Name Cadets.
Cool.
So they were founding members of the Drum Corps in the Drum Corps International DCI in 1972, and then they went on to win 10 DCI World Championships. Who knew that they would be consistent winners in the organization that they themselves created? But still,
yeah, that's so weird. I don't see anything to look twice at.
But they have like a historic three-peat consecutive win streak from 1983 to 1985. So, okay, DCI wasn't only members of the cadets. It was like members of the cadets were part, now I'm saying cadets. Members of the cadets were part of the group of founding members. So it was other musicians and marching band directors, but they've just been there since the beginning.
So that they weren't directly associated with the cadets. They're supposed to be a governing authority body. They
founded it, and then the members of the cadets, like former members of the cadets, were frequently on the board for the DCI.
Well, as well they should have been. I guess, they know what they're talking about.
So, yeah, they had a three-peat consecutive win streak from 1983 to 1985, which was the first in DCI history. They performed at the 1996 Olympics, at several presidential inaugural parades, and even on Late Night with David Letterman, which seems a little silly, but like to be recognized on a mainstream platform like that one for a pretty niche musical market is a really fucking big deal. Like they obviously, people like were aware of how elite the cadets were. Placed on a pedestal most high at the center of that success for over 30 years was a man named George Hopkins. He joined the Corps as a percussion instructor and coordinator in 1979 and became director of the band in 1982. So he was a director of the cadets, this like renowned band.
Okay.
Hopkins was a massive figure in the DCI space, serving on the DCI board for 28 years and then acting as the CEO of Youth Education in the Arts, which is referred to as YAY with an exclamation point. And that is the nonprofit parent organization for the cadets. He was celebrated as an innovator, pushing for the use of electronics, multiple variations of band instruments, and the removal of traditional sidelines. But while he was seen as a charismatic leader by many in the public, others who worked in his office described him as basically a huge fucking asshole and like verbally abusive. These whispers were largely suppressed and ignored until some incredibly brave women spoke out about his real behavior behind the scenes. The public image of both Hopkins and the cadets came crashing down on April 5th, 2018, which, if you're thinking, wow, 2018, that's right after the Me Too movement. That's exactly why these women came forward.
Okay. I see where we're going now.
The Philadelphia Inquirer published a bombshell report where 9 women came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct, harassment, and abuse at the hands of George Hopkins. Like, George Hopkins, like the director of their band, who's also like the CEO of the parent organization that owns their band and is also on the board for the international organization that regulates their band.
Yeah, it's a lot of power.
Yep.
A lot of imbalance, if you will.
The details were harrowing. The accusers were between the ages of 16 and 37 at the time of the abuse. 3 were members of the Cadet Corps, and 5 worked for, the youth organization, nonprofit. The misconduct they described ranged from lewd comments and groping to rape. Hopkins denied all wrongdoing and made a big stink about all of this being a smear campaign, and yet still resigned from the cadets and, immediately after the report was published.
Yeah is right.
The victim reports are heartbreaking. So I just pulled this segment from ABC News because it allows these women to speak mostly just in their own words. Many of the women who spoke to Philly.com said they felt empowered to come forward by the Me Too movement against sexual misconduct that had toppled powerful men in news and entertainment. Former cadet Leanne Riley said she was 17 when Hopkins, then 23, forced himself on her and had sex with her. Quote, "There were some tears. I cried a little bit," she recalled. He's like, "Are you all right?" And I thought, fine time to ask me now. I felt so used. Ugh. Her twin sister, Linda Riley, also a cadet, said Hopkins had sex with her without her consent 2 summers later when she was 19. Quote, "I never said yes and I never said no, but I never said yes," said Linda Riley. "I felt pressured and I felt cornered. This is our director." Both women agreed to be named. Through his attorney, Hopkins denied, quote, any non-consensual relations with the sisters and also denied having, quote, any relations whatsoever with Leanne Riley while she was a minor.
It was just a bad date.
Mm-hmm. One former, Youth Education in the Arts employee who spoke to Philly.com on condition that she was identified only by her first name, Marie, said Hopkins routinely harassed and assaulted her at work. She said he showed up at her apartment one morning begging her for sex, then pushed her on the bed and raped her.
Oh my God.
Quote, "I just kept saying, no, don't do this. I don't want to do this," said Marie, who said she went by her middle name at work. Quote, "And he did it anyway." She said she didn't file a rape report or inform the board of directors because Hopkins seemed untouchable.
Yeah, with all that, he's everywhere. Mm-hmm. He knows everyone. He can do anything.
Yeah, so he just went unchecked for decades.
Jesus Christ.
In a very frustrating to read article, at least one individual had tried to raise alarm bells about Hopkins being engaged, like sexually at minimum, with members of the cadets because there were like rumors going around about it. So this is pulled from yahoo.com. I know you guys, I'm sorry, but like
We're doing our best.
A lot of stuff for this particular story was behind a paywall, and so I had to like be a little bit more sneaky about how I could access information. Quote, Stuart Evan Rice, a former member of a drum corps, posted about Hopkins in 2003 on a forum called Rec Arts Marching Drum Corps, or RAMD, to its hundreds of members. At its peak, the forum was among the largest in the drum corps world. Active from the early 1990s to the mid-2000s, its traffic slowed in recent years and is now largely defunct. But on July 7th, 2003, Rice wrote in the forum that Hopkins had had sex with a corps member. About a dozen other members of the forum chimed in, many attacking Rice and demanding proof. One commenter said, quote, dude, if you've got the goods on Hopkins, why not take it to the proper authorities? One member asked, quote, I'll call Dan Akeson personally, Rice responded on July 8th. So who is Dan Akeson, or Akeson? I don't know how you would pronounce that, you ask. He was basically like a president of this universe. He led DCI for 23 years. And that was that organization that oversees dozens of drum corps, most in the United States, but some international. And they host more than 100 competitions with thousands of participants annually. They're like the big time organization for this exact medium, this music. So like you'd think they'd want to know that a higher up within DCI, a board member is acting
a very higher up
is acting inappropriately, especially since corps members like ranging in age from 16 to 22 spend their summers traveling with their corps and the corps directors that are like all arranged by DCI, going to camps that are arranged by DCI, going to competitions that are arranged by DCI. Like this is like them training for their Olympics.
Yeah.
And then it's like members of the Olympics are abusing the athletes and they don't know who the fuck to tell because everyone's protecting their industry.
It's a tale as old as time,
It
seemingly.
is. It's just such an impossible situation for these victims. It's fucking awful. Mm-hmm. But according to Rice, he was not motivated to act after being given this information. Akeson, this Dan guy. Quote, the next day, he, Stuart Rice, posted about the call, writing that Akeson told him he would be happy to speak directly with any victims. Quote, however, he also suggested that having my sources contact him or any sources other than victims would not be productive. So it's like, I'm happy to talk to the victims. And he's like, okay, do you want me to put you in touch with some people? Mm-hmm. Then he's like, well, that wouldn't be productive. A few days later, Rice again referenced the call on the forum. Dan Akeson, as I mentioned, said he would do nothing unless approached by victims, he wrote. I called him and said, Dan, you know, there's this going on with George Hopkins. Are you guys going to do anything about it? And he said, do you have any proof? And I said, no, just what I've heard. Then basically Dan was like, well, then I'm not going to do anything about it because you don't have any proof. And when asked about this conversation, Dan Akeson said he had no memory of it. Quote,
That's convenient.
I have no recollection of that call, he said. He did so, however, that the response Rice attributed to him seemed reasonable, given that Rice had not provided specifics. He also questioned whether Rice actually mentioned Hopkins, which Rice said adamantly he did. Quote, I don't think there was any kind of a detailed conversation about specific incidents and with whom, Akeson said. I can't imagine that would have been the case because I would have reacted. I would have followed up with someone.
I'm a good person. I never would have done that.
Uh-huh. Obviously, the delay in these allegations coming to light is a clear indication of manipulation by authority figures in positions of significant power and influence that not only George Hopkins held, like with the cadets and the broader drum corps activity for over 30 years, but like some people are afraid to speak out. And then when someone did and they talked to someone that they thought was either above him or at least had some authority to do something about it, they were cast off and ignored or suppressed. Like this guy, Stuart Rice, who like tried to do something. He was hearing all this stuff about it. Mm-hmm. And these are people that want to like protect the financial interests of the organization and not confront or oust their golden boy Hopkins, who by then was at like the tippy top of the drum corps food chain. Yeah. So as the longtime director of the corps and the CEO of its parent organization, Hopkins maintained total control over the environment where he alleged abuse occurred. Furthermore, his status as a dominant figure in DCI, like serving on its board for 28 years and the executive committee for 20 years, created a massive power imbalance between him and his victims. Yeah. And as if that wasn't enough, it appears Hopkins was like a vindictive asshole to people behind the scenes. So when other people like former office workers,
shocking.
I know, but like here's why I wanted to highlight this. Like other people who had worked with him, especially women, would describe him as volatile and verbally abusive. And even while he was publicly seen as a charismatic leader, and this is a super common tactic for abusers. It's intentional. They create a charismatic public persona that would automatically sow doubt should allegations arise. Because like, oh, he's such a good guy. He's so talented. Like, he's so funny and sweet. He works with tons of women. Like, that he would never do that. That's not the guy I know.
And I bet you the vast majority of the people who say that are all the men. Mm-hmm. He puts that face on for men.
Mm-hmm. And probably some women outside of that space so that he has tokenized.
Women that he doesn't want to molest.
Right. So that he can tokenize women that do support him.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was like interesting in how textbook that shit is.
Yeah.
Also, his victims were young and vulnerable, and like we said, some being as young as 16 at the time of their abuse, which often makes reporting such misconduct like that much more difficult. They don't even have the cognitive capacity, the like context, the spoons to understand what the fuck is happening and what they're supposed to do about it, or like what options they have to do about it, who they can go to, because all the information they're getting is from their abuser, who's telling them not to fucking tell anyone.
Loves.
Yeah. So DCI itself claimed it was unaware of the specific allegations until they were made public in 2018, indicating that internal reporting mechanisms either failed or did not exist to protect members from high-ranking officials. Obviously, we know if we believe what Stuart Rice is saying, he, at minimum, did contact someone within DCI. And so, fuck you. You absolutely knew what. If he did it, then I'm sure other people did. I'm sure plenty of women did.
Yeah.
And now this man that's like part of that universe does it and is just like, no, we're not engaging with that.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they put out some bullshit statement. They talked about like doing an internal investigation. They didn't have to fire him because he resigned. Hopkins resigned like right away, which I'm sure they encouraged him to do.
Well, it was a bad look.
Yeah. Ultimately, as it always fucking does, it took the coordinated effort of 9 incredibly brave women coming forward to the Philadelphia Inquirer to finally break the silence that had like persisted and loomed for decades while more people were also being abused.
Damn.
So in November of 2018, Hopkins was charged with 2 counts of felony sexual assault involving 2 women in 2008 and in 2010. By September of 2020, he had pleaded no contest to indecent assault and was sentenced to 2 years of probation and a $5,000 fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
A $5,000 fine.
Yep. He had been like arrested. He bonded out at $50,000. And again, this guy is like top tier in a pretty massive industry. There's no way this is very expensive for him.
Yeah.
It's just
$5,000.
He really didn't. Yeah. Like he got canceled and he can't do this work anymore, but he's not in prison. He ultimately can like crawl back under whatever rock he came from and live out the rest of his life in relative peace with kind of a slap on the wrist.
And what's stopping him from victimizing more people?
Exactly. But the ultimate tragedy is the fallout for the organization that runs that like original drum corps, the cadets, because that was operated by like DCI and specifically which is the subset of DCI, and the fallout, the financial fallout because of all the lawsuits around this destroyed them. So DCI placed on probation to basically take blame off of DCI as the parent organization and go, oh, should have caught this. He's part of and that's what oversees his role as the director of the cadets. That's your responsibility. Kind of tries to rebrand in 2020. They moved to Erie, Pennsylvania. They tried to start a new chapter as a fully independent nonprofit, no longer part of DCI, but the weight of the past was just too much. They could not get off the ground. The organization faced a $1.5 million countersuit for lost sponsorships and legal fees caused by the scandal. And finally, on April 2nd, 2024, as a result, not only did but the cadets, the drumline, the marching band, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, citing the crushing costs of defending a 2020 sexual abuse lawsuit and an inability to secure liability insurance. So this like legacy marching band.
Over a decade.
Well, I mean, they had
a century.
Over a century. Got totally ruined by this fucking piece of shit.
God.
Yeah, isn't that devastating?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's my case.
Cool, Alex.
You're welcome. I hope I covered everything I could. There was a lot, and like I said, a ton behind a paywall, so I did my best, but fascinating stuff, marching bands.
Yeah, I'm like into marching bands now.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I will be scoping out where the Isisorettes are performing next.
Good call.
Well, thanks, Alex Moore, for this topic. I liked the topic.
It was spectacular.
And everything else was just important information to know to add to the pile of burning bullshit in this dumpster that we call a country.
That's our planet.
That's it. That's us. Well, thank you so much for listening. Join us on Uncorked. We have a really good time. There's a lot of bonus content.
Get these episodes and video ad-free.
I'm halfway through my book club month.
Ooh.
But my
which one are you reading right now?
Bi-monthly book club. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green.
Wow. All right.
Fucking fat. Can I tell you a fun fact?
Sure.
Let's see. How did he put it? I think he said 3 generations ago, we didn't know that we had a digestive tract.
Like our great-great-grandparents?
Yeah. Maybe it was 4. But like the proof of having a digestive tract.
Because we didn't have like x-ray. I'm sure there was a lot we didn't know. We just theorized about the inside the human body.
Yeah, I mean, like we cut up plenty of them.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was exactly, but it was fucking nuts.
Weird.
It just puts a lot about, and I almost just said it's not just about tuberculosis, but I will say everything is about tuberculosis. It encompasses so much about like medical history, and you know I'm all into that shit.
Yeah.
And did you know I didn't really know what tuberculosis was. It like melts your lungs.
Ugh.
It liquefies your lungs.
Okay.
And you can get these little nodules, these little crystalline structures that burst through the skin.
Okay,
That's the bacteria.
Thank you so much for listening.
Join us on Uncorked for more discussions like this.
Yeah, join her on Uncorked for that. I'll be doing other things.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Bye. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Danielle Sylvan. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Our production manager is Andrea Gardner. For photos, sources, and other resources, head to wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can follow us on all the socials at Wine and Crime Pod. If you'd like to show your support and get access to all sorts of wine-fueled bonus content, check out our premium channel at wineandcrimepodcast.com/uncorked. Cheers!